Let's move on to more legends of Alternia. It is at some point after the crucifixion of the Signless that a Cobalt blue-blooded maritime pirate begins gaining infamy, known as the Marquise Spinneret Mindfang. Her savage successes on the open sea are due in part to her possession of an ancient relic, the magic cue ball, and an eye imbued with the power of Vision Eightfold. This magic sphere, if its user is able to see past its opaque surface, is said to answer questions with pinpoint accuracy, unlike its counterpart, the plastic mass-produced 8-ball. Pursuing her is a sea-dwelling, violet-blooded noble named Dualscar the Orphaner, and the two quickly become hate-mates. After too many defeats by Mindfang's hands, however, Dualscar goes behind her back and uses his royal status to give her an overly inflated bounty, ending their relationship. He is brought before the Grand High-Blood, who is essentially this world's Attorney General, and also a Juggalo, along with the rest of his cast. On Alternia, Juggalo culture is quite different from what we know on Earth, with those partaking in it almost exclusively being from the highest of the land-dwelling trolls. Though slam poetry is a popular art form on Alternia, there is no horrorcore rap group around which this culture is based, and the beliefs make it a full-blown religion. These beliefs include tales of the Dark Carnival, a pair of mirthful messiahs, and an apocalypse known as the Vast Honk. Trolls belonging to this religion paint their faces in the style we're familiar with, and consider humor and clownship to be of the utmost importance. Thus, Dualscar's appeal before the Grand High-Blood requires him to conclude by telling a joke, which we are made to assume is not a very good one, resulting in the Orphaner's execution. Mindfang, with her Jedi mind trick powers of influence, continues to elude the kingdom's attempts to subdue her. Eventually, they send a mysterious teal-blooded, bloodthirsty legal officer, the neophyte Redglare, who is secretly a follower of the Sufferer's teachings. Redglare single-handedly eliminates Mindfang's entire pirate fleet with the help of her Lucis, who happens to be a big old dragon. Mindfang escapes with her life, but loses an entire arm and an eye. Apprehended, she is brought to court, but uses her mind control powers to turn the crowd against Redglare, lynching her before she can make an opening statement. She then engages in mortal combat against the Grand High-Blood and wins by a hair. Escaping imprisonment, she turns to Darkleer, who has been exiled for failing to kill the disciple, having shifted his identity from executor to expatriate. He builds mechanical prosthetics for her sustained injuries from Redglare's Lucis, and she gives him the magic cue ball that she can no longer read without her special eye. This cue ball is connected to the first guardian of this universe, a being who exists throughout the entire history and prehistory of Alternia. He is the one responsible for shaping the Handmaid into the time-traveling super-terrorist she becomes, causing chaos and shaping Alternian culture. First Guardians essentially act as the god of their particular universe, seemingly indestructible and able to immediately appear anywhere at any point in time. Eventually, a new hero of the people emerges, known as the Summoner, a bronze-blooded troll with the abilities of animal communion and a set of flight-enabling wings, a very rare troll attribute. Openly defying the royal order, the Summoner leads a rebellion, commanding, among other beasts, the fire-breathing dragon that was once Redglare's Lucis. His revolt is soon aided by Mindfang and her fleet, her having learned his name from the magic cue ball long before his emergence or even his birth. Though having no real political agenda of her own, she becomes infatuated with his rebellious spirit, his meteoric rise to notoriety, and mostly, his command of the dragon that once ruined her. The Summoner's revolt causes her imperious condescension to enact a set of laws drafting all adult trolls to the Space Navy, leaving the homeworld inhabited strictly by children and their Luci. This ensures two things: the elimination of any possible future rebellion on the homeworld, and the maximization of galactic conquest in the name of Alternia. But none of this matters because the planet will be eventually destroyed and the cont'd won't be able to save a single soul in her kingdom. And we aren't even anywhere near the first act of the story yet.